Shincy Paul has requested Princess Amber from Sofia the First. So here we have it. Sorry it took so long, been a little bit crazy. So we're gonna start with the upper part of her head is going to be a circle. Whoops, that is a crazy circle. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we wanna do her chin part. So this is gonna be a little different. We're gonna come off the side here. And then now we're going to put in her lovely chin. Okay, so now we can erase the bottom part of that circle. And I kind of made her have a really big forehead because she kind of does. Line down the middle and a line across. Okay. And we're gonna put some hair is gonna be in there. This up here is going to be where her hairline is. So you can put that in so you're like, what? So you see how that works in there? Okay, so for her eyes, she's looking to one side. So we're just gonna be making an archway under here. And then underneath, you can bring it in. And she's looking this way with her shiny and her pupil. And then we're gonna wanna put in with our Sharpie some lashes in there. We're gonna make that look lovely with the Sharpie. Okay, so do this side, same thing. Do an archway, come across, and then she's got these amazing lashes, but we're gonna make those thick when we Sharpie. And her eyes, she's looking over this way with the shiny and the pupil. All right, and then before we erase the T mark, we're gonna make its nose right here, put a little belly button in, a little jelly bean, and then a mouth. She's gonna have a simple little mouth. So we can erase this part now. We don't need it, so we can put into the rest of the details. Okay, so then you can fix your lines. And then she's got her cute little button nose here, and then her mouth. So her mouth, I just made a simple, just went up and down, and then she has a lower lip, okay? That's her mouth. If you wanna make her chin a little more pointed, you can. And so for her eyes, when you Sharpie it, I use the ultra fine Sharpie, you wanna make this extra thick up here where her lashes are, okay? That'll make it look lovely. And she's got like, do not Sharpie this part right here. This is just the archway we're gonna shadow in here, okay? But don't Sharpie that. And then she's got her fantastic eyebrows in here. And this one's kind of like has a little, because this is that sassiness in her. Super job. So Princess Amber is from Sofia the First, and she is the stepsister to Sofia, and she's a little jealous. It starts off with her being bratty and jealous of her new stepsister, Sofia. So this is going to be where her neck is. Now I'm just going to do a rough draft of where her body is. So she's kind of arching this way. And then for her arms, we're just going to do some elongated ovals. And then she's got another elongated oval here. You see where her arm is there? And then for her skirt, she just has a very gigantic skirt coming off of here. And I made a slight wave at the bottom. Woo! To connect it. Okay. So now we're gonna put her shoulders in there. Oh, on this side, it's a little elongated. And then for her hand, it's gonna come out like this. And this is going to be the gist of the hand there. We can erase in there so we can kind of see what we're working with here. Actually, one of my daughters is named Amber. And she could be a little fun and feisty. And she kind of looks like that. Anyways, so the fingers, we're gonna make one finger is gonna be sticking out like this. And then you can make the other fingers coming down like this. Okay? And she's holding a fancy fan. So for the fan, we're just gonna be making, it's almost like doing a V. And across the top, make a jagged edge. jagged edge. And you could put a couple of lines in there so it looks like it just sprawls out there. So around her neck piece, we are going to do her ruffles. So you're just going to go back and forth like this. But when it comes right here, we can see the ruffles are going to be coming up like that. Okay? And then she's got this bodice work that's just going to come down, jump over it and down. And this one is just going to come down. Okay? And you can erase any extra lines. So I forgot that we need to put on here, let's erase a little bit of this. So we're just going to cut that off right there and then put her lacy cuff right there. And then we can make this a little straighter. Fabulous job. And so we have some little ruffles on the sides here. And there's ruffles on this side. And some lines down. Super job. And some, this is like her other hand over here. This is the ruffle over there. So she originally was kind of cold and spoiled and a little bratty, but she learned a lesson over time and she became responsible and kind. So she's learning. Okay, so let's put some ears in her. So on the side where her eyes are, we're gonna put some ears. And then we're gonna put some earrings, just do a little circle. And I just did like a loop and there's a jewel in there. So we have her ear, circle, and then a loop with her earring. And inside there, you can do a little mark. She also has little side hairs. So we're gonna put that in there. She has these little cute, delicate pieces of hair that are coming out like here. And this side we have one over here. So we're gonna erase in there. Fabulous. So this is going to be the top of her head right here. Perfect. But we're going to bring this out. So do the same thing on this side. And then we can erase in there. So now she's got her hair in there and she's got a cute little wave here. So right here, we're going to go up and do a wave. And then she has another wave that's coming down. Let's fix that up a little. She's got a wave going on there. And a couple hairs coming out. And her crown. So what we're going to do is we're going to go across the top, make an archway. In the very top, make a circle. And then make the archway come back down again. And you can like make this parallel. So it's the top of the crown. And I just did a couple of 2 jewels in there and some swirls. So if you want to put some swirls in there, you can. And you could put another little swirl or a jewel. And the top of her hair, it's going to come out and make a fling. Bling. And if you want to put extra hairs in there, you can. This can come behind. And this side, it's going to be flinging this way. So it's coming out and fling underneath. Cute, cute, cute. So, and we'll put a couple of lines here. Make this one go all the way down and there. So what you can do now is we can Sharpie it. And if you want to add a few more hairs, go for it. Okay? I used the ultra fine Sharpie to do all of it, and then I'm going to outline it with the regular fine Sharpie. So let's go. And I'm going to double Sharpie around the outside. All right, let's erase our lines, everything but our arches and our eyes. I wrinkled my paper. It happens. Okay. So let's start with the peach skin color. Color the whole thing in, just one solid color. Oh, I've got a joke for you today. A princess joke. What's a princess's favorite time? Night time. Dun 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 dun. Get it? Night. Knights of the Round Table. Here, do her fingers. All right, so now you want to take this and let's put in some details. So we're going to put, if you guys can see around here, we went around that archway. A little darker. You want to go around her eyes. Go around her little cute button nose. And do the same thing on this side. So it's going to go up and over that archway. Around the eyes. And then I want you to go around the face. So you're going around where all that Sharpie is. Make it look more three-dimensional. And she actually has more color on this side, more shadows. So we're just gonna color a little bit more in there. And then underneath here. And her ears, color those in. Okay, so now we've done that. I want you to take your tan, oops, and then go over the nose a little bit more, maybe underneath. Go inside here, the shadow in here. Go around the outside, touch more. Definitely you want to go right underneath here. Look, you see how dark I made that? Yeah, that looks good. Go around there. See the nice shadow? Now this side has more shadow in it, so we want to draw a little bit more. And a little bit on the hand. Okay, so now you're gonna get out your pink. We're gonna color in all of her lips pink. Her nose, put a little color on her nose. And her cheeks, put a little color in those cheeks. And I'm gonna give her some eyeshadow. So I'm gonna go around the eyes with the pink. And I'm gonna go up and over. So around the eyes. Up and over. Looking good. Okay, so what I did now is I'm going to take the red. I'm just lightly gonna go on the top lid with red and then go around the outside, okay? Not the bottom one, just around it. I'm gonna color in her little jewels that she's wearing. And this part is going to be red. Okay, next thing up is her eyes. So I did a light brown. You're gonna press harder at the top and really light at the bottom. Barely at the bottom, harder at the top, light at the bottom. And I did a touch of gray just along the top here, so it looks like there's a shadow underneath her lashes. And I've noticed here that, see how it looks darker there? So I'm gonna take my Sharpie and I'm gonna go over her lashes one more time. You really want to emphasize these because this is what's going to give her that beauty. We do the same thing on this side. One more layer. See, doesn't that make a lovely difference? Okay, so now with that light brown, let's go in here and give her her eyebrows. And now let's do her hair. So I want you to color the whole thing in, this is a golden yellow. I'm going to color the whole thing in golden yellow, and then I'm going to start getting it some darks and lights. So she had she loves her family, and she really, 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 really loves her dad, who is King Roland. Because King Roland remarried, and so that's how Sofia the First came in. She had to learn how to be fancy. So now you want to come in with this, and you go around. Make some little dark right along where the Sharpie is. We don't have to do too much because we're going to come in with other colors. All right, let's just do other colors. So we're going to come in with our tan and go underneath the hair like this. Go along where all that Sharpie is. You want to go on there. And the same thing on this side. I'm pressing down pretty hard. And go on the Sharpie line. Okay, let's go on our lines here. I'm probably gonna go in with my golden yellow again and give it a little bit more. So it's going, I'm just gonna go in the golden yellow and go over some of these lines some more. All right, if you want, you can come in with your light brown and then come in underneath the hair just to give it more of a shadow right under here. Right just behind the neck area. Fantastic, she's looking lovely. So for her dress, let's put a little yellow right here. So her dress, I used different colors. So we're gonna start with, this is the yellow green. This is gonna go down, lightly go down the center of her dress. And then her ruffles are just very slight green. Very, very little bits. And then now go over your lines and then under your ruffles. Okay, now I want you to take the jade green and we're gonna color her whole dress. I'm gonna do half her dress. Jade green. Lightly right here. I guess I forgot. I did with Sharpie, I put a little extra pieces there, I forgot. So jade green, do this whole thing jade green. Just go lightly over the whole thing. I'm not gonna do the whole thing. So now you wanna go harder on your lines and around the edge. We're gonna go a little harder. And then you can blend it, so as you come in, just go lighter and lighter. Okay, so you're like, that does not match the colors, because I went over it with the golden yellow, and that will make it look a little better. And I'm just gonna go over shadow. So I'm going over with the golden yellow. I'm just gonna go over all of this green, just lightly. And it just gives it a little bit more richness to it. So I want you to do this on all of your amber, Princess Amber, and Shinsupa. I hope I did okay. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys on my next video. See ya.